Hey guys, welcome back to another NFL prediction video. So, yeah, I was watching the Cardinals 49ers game on a fucking Twitter live stream. Cardinals are shit. The Niners are shit. Honestly, I predicted the Cardinals to go 9-7 this year and not making the playoffs. And not only will they probably not make the playoffs, they might not even have a winning season. Hell. It's kind of sad. But I went with the Cardinals. If the Cardinals lose from there, I don't think I'm picking the frickin' Cardinals. I don't think I'll pick the Cardinals again because if they lose to San Francisco, they're already going to end the year with a worse record than what they had last year. And it's only week 5 and their season will already be worse than last year. It's already starting out worse than last year. But if they could just win 12 straight and win every game. It all just depends on how good they are, really. Titans at Dolphins. I went with the Dolphins, even though the Titans won in Miami in the preseason. That's the fucking preseason. We're not going to worry about the preseason. I think the Titans should not have a win yet, but, you know. I think next week they play the Browns, and I'm not completely sure who I'm going to say wins that one. I'll have to look at it in a minute. This is actually going by very quickly. I've only talked about 2 games in 2 minutes. Jets at Steelers. Instead of having a fucking late game, I can watch it early if it's even on. But the Steelers are clearly the better team, and they're at home. The Jets are struggling this year. I had them 9-7, but I had them doing much better than what they're doing now. They're just about as good as the Cardinals, pretty much. I had them beating the Seahawks last week. They didn't get the job done. They won't get it done this week either in an away game against the Steelers. If the Steelers lose, I'm going to have to say Pittsburgh's not going to do very good. Let's just say they're going to be like last year. They're going to have that nearly average record. They're just going to have that a little over average. Right? They're going to be the somewhat good Steelers team they were last year if they don't beat the Jets at home. Because that's just like losing to the Buccaneers at home like they did a couple of years back. Bears at Colts. Both of them have the same record. Colts have a better history than the Bears. They have some history from that one Super Bowl. I'm going with the Colts. It's a rematch from the Super Bowl. The Colts win the game. Not 29-17, but I'll probably say like 31-17 or something like that. And the Bears are only somewhat good because they have Brian Hoyer. That's the only reason why they actually had a win. Texans at Vikings. Now, I didn't expect the Texans to have a 3-1 record. I thought they would at least be average and have 2-2. But I didn't expect them to be 3-1. The only reason why they're 3-1 is because they beat the Chiefs, which was not something I had them doing. It was pretty impressive. I think the Chiefs are like 2-2 now, making the Texans look better. The Texans could go to the playoffs. Honestly, I had the Colts winning the division, but it looks like the Texans have a better chance right now. But if the Colts can keep a winning streak, they might have a chance. I had the Colts going 10-6 this season, either 10-6 or 11-5. I said 10-6, I think. Yeah, they're gonna be 10-6. I had the Texans being 8-8. The Jaguars being somewhere in between 3-13 and 6-10. And then I had Titans being 3-13. Now I said 2-14 because I was looking at the games thoroughly. But I think somewhere along those lines, Tennessee is going to get a win over one of those. I think they're going to beat one of the teams in the AFC West. I don't think it'll be the Chargers. I do think it'll be it'll either be the Chiefs or the Broncos. The Broncos are doing really good. They're 1 out of 3 teams to remain undefeated. And then we got another undefeated team playing the Lions. I'm going with the Eagles. Like, I'm not even saying shit. Because if you've seen their game before, you know how good they are. Redskins at Ravens. Ravens were horrible last year. They were shit. They're not shit this year. I'd say they're average. Like, even though they have a 3-1 record, a winning record, they're not that good. Come on, they're not the Ravens they were a couple of years ago when they had the chance to go to a Super Bowl and lost to the Patriots. They weren't the Ravens they were when they beat the Steelers at the Steelers. Like, they're not the Ravens they were a couple of years ago. They're the Ravens that are recovering from that kind of season. I do think they have a chance of going to the not the Super Bowl, the playoffs. However, what I don't think they have a chance of doing is going all the way and winning against the tough teams like New England, which I believe they're gonna play the Patriots away because they play the game. Because whoever the Bengals are gonna play in the AFC East, like for example, the Bengals are going away against the Jets and the Patriots. The Ravens will do the same. Just like how the Steelers and the Browns are going to have the Patriots at home. It's the same way. So yeah, clearly, if you guys didn't know, the part that's a little bubbly, dark bubbly area, those are the teams I didn't pick. So, I chose the Ravens over the Redskins. I chose the Patriots over the Browns. Anybody, I can guarantee you at least over 95%. No. I can guarantee you at least 90% picked the Patriots to win. I can actually look up the percentages. What the shit? Oh, it's gonna load some shit up. My picks. Guys, I have like 30-some wins and 20-some losses. I think I'm like 37 and 25. Something like that. Yeah, Dolphins are given a 64% chance. The Titans are given a 36% chance. So I think it's a little more even than that. I think it should be 45-55. Dolphins have the slight advantage at home. Then you got the Steelers, who have a 97% chance to win. And the shitty Jets have a 4% chance. The Colts, they only got an 81% chance. But that's actually a lot. So that means the Bears maybe have 20 maximum. Vikings, they have an 89% chance. The Eagles, they have an 86% chance. Ravens, they have a 79% chance. Patriots have a 97%. The Jets have a better chance of beating the Steelers than the Browns have a chance of beating the Patriots. How sad. 77%. Yeah, I'm going with Denver, I was really hoping Denver wouldn't be undefeated right now, but they are. I couldn't do shit about it, so. And the Raiders did it last year, so. I mean, it was a lot closer than it was when they went to San Diego, but whopping 88%. Now, I think it'll be similar to last year. The Chargers are going to play them tough, but the Raiders win it in the end, making them 4-1. And the Bengals, that's even. Now, statistically, the Cowboys are actually better than the Bengals because of their record. And not only that, they look like the better team because not only are they at home, they have the better record as well. So, but I'm still going with the Bengals. Like, the Cowboys are not that great. They beat horrible teams. They're just like the Eagles. But, however, the Eagles did beat the Steelers by a lot, and a lot of people were underestimating them. I actually had the Eagles winning that game. So I got that right, but yet I still ended up going 7-9 in the long run. The Rams' chances of beating the Bills, 60%. The Rams, I think they have a chance to... I think in the end, they'll be the number one team in the NFC. Like, that's probably not going to happen, but I'm guessing. Packers, they have an 89% chance. Packers, they're going to win that game. Because Giants only have an 11% chance. Come on. The Giants lost to the Redskins at home. Who did the Redskins play? Honestly, tell me who they played and who they won to. They won an upset against the Giants, and they beat the Browns. What competition is that? You think that's competition at all? I think you're freaking blind. I'm sorry, but you're blind. It's not competition at all. The Redskins suck. The Giants, I only have them going 6-10. They started out like they were going to do much better than 6-10. But I had them in the beginning going 6-10. I believe I had them going 2-3-0, and then losing to the Packers. Personally, I thought the Packers was going to be their first loss. Either the Packers or the Saints. I thought the Saints would be a lot better than they are. Been a lot of upsets from what I chose. Like, the Chargers are blowing leads. That's why they look so bad. Because they blow these huge leads that they have. Just like the Raiders last year, they nearly blew that lead they had against the Chargers. They were up 37-6 or something like that. They let them come back, and then they only lost by one possession. The Chargers did. They ran out of time. I think they might have only spent one quarter doing that, but I don't know. So the Panthers' percentage is 84%. Both of these teams have the same record. I only have the Panthers going 9-7. I had the Broncos going 8-8, but that doesn't look like that's gonna happen at all. Because they're already closing in on their 5th win. I said they're 8-8. They're not going to be the number one seed in the AFC West. They are as of right now, but I don't think that's how it will end up in the long run. I believe the Raiders are second because they're 3-1. They haven't been 3-1 since the last time they've been to the Super Bowl, which was like 15 years ago. That was a while ago. And this was the team that beat them in the Super Bowl, the Buccaneers. That was also the last time they've been to the Super Bowl. But I support Tampa Bay. I think they'll be 8-8. They have a slight chance to go. I mean, I have it between the Panthers and the Saints. I don't think the Buccaneers or the Falcons will go. But however, the Falcons are the number one seed in the NFC South as of right now. While the Saints, the Buccaneers, and the Panthers are all tied up. You see, if nobody can keep control of the Falcons, not the Panthers, the Broncos will probably shut them up this weekend. So that'll be good for Tampa Bay and Carolina. Saints just been blowing these games. Let's look at week 6. Okay, so I chose the Broncos. The Broncos usually win in San Diego, so damn it, they'll be 6-0. But also Denver also has that chance to lose, because San Diego knows how to beat them in so many ways. Like, last year, they almost went to Denver. Like, almost every game last year, Denver almost lost every game at home to a division rival. But yet, those are the games where Peyton Manning left and came back into the game. Against the Chiefs, in the middle of the game, he had an injury when it was like 22-0. But you see, Peyton Manning was screwing up that game badly anyway. Brock Osweiler didn't make it much better. He just added a couple of touchdowns, and I think their defense stepped up a little bit near the end, though. I mean, it was fair game, 29-13. I believe that was one of the first times I've seen the Chiefs beat the Broncos, so that was impressive. Panthers at Saints. I'm giving the Saints the victory there. And they really seem like they need a victory because they're only 1-3. The hell. They're 1-3. And yes, the Titans do play the Browns next week. You know what? I'm fucking changing this up. Titans? I have the Titans winning the next game against the Browns. Fuck the Panthers. Fuck the Saints. I don't care. Eagles at Redskins. Now, you guys are probably surprised what I'm saying here. Yes, the Eagles are going to lose their first game to the Redskins. Now, if they're not going to go to the Redskins like they did, they can't travel to Washington and beat Washington. What makes you think they'll do it this year? I mean, yeah, they're better. But Washington, they have nearly the same players. They might even have a better team than they had last year. They probably started out like shit and only ended up winning because of how bad their division was. And yeah, but you have the Cowboys who are doing really great right now. The Redskins probably should have beat the Cowboys, but the Redskins and the Bears losing to them, that was pretty embarrassing for both of those teams. So yeah, I'd consider that an embarrassment. Washington, I will give you the win against the Eagles just because you're at home. I mean, yeah, you freaking suck compared to the Eagles, but I guess that'll be considered an upset win, and that'll make Washington an average 3-3 team. Bengals at Patriots. Bengals are shit at fucking New England. In Foxborough, they play like shit. So I'm taking the Patriots. Ravens at Giants. Now you're probably surprised I'm gonna pick the Ravens over the Giants. For all you Giants fans out there, they're not gonna win. They're not even gonna be average. So, and the Ravens, they might be a playoff team. So I say that's a loss. Bills are beating the 49ers. Niners suck, especially if they lose to the Cardinals tonight. The team that wins between the Cardinals and the 49ers keeps what they had before. And then the 49ers will just suck again if they lose. Honestly, I think they're playing to see who has a chance and who's not going to have any chance at all. So yeah, most of you are probably surprised why is he picking the Jaguars over the Bears. The Bears are shit. The Jaguars aren't any better, but I think they're actually a little bit better. I lied. The Rams over the Lions, I'm not talking about that. Steelers over Dolphins, not talking about that either. The only thing I'm going to say is 34-28. That's not happening again. Sorry, Tannehill. But that was a bad season. This year, if you try and tattle on us, you're a douchebag. Chiefs at Raiders. I'm picking the Raiders, making them go 5-1 here. They could be 6-0 if they didn't lose to the Falcons. So they could be tied with the Broncos at this point in time. Really, they could. So, you know, they will be 5-1. The Chiefs, if they have a bye week this past week, they're gonna have a rough freaking season because they'll be 2-3 if they're having a bye week right around this time. I thought they'd be 3-1. I thought their first loss would be to the Steelers, but apparently the Texans were good enough. Cowboys at Packers. Falcons at Seahawks. The Seahawks. Yeah, I remember that one playoff game in 2012. Falcons won, but Seahawks are a better team. And most of you are probably surprised. Why would I pick the team who came in second place under the Texans last year? You know, Indianapolis normally does win in Houston. Houston went to Indianapolis last year. I'm giving the Texans a win over the Colts, but I'm giving the Colts the away win. And the Colts are coming back from how bad they were. They might even have a winning record starting next week, but I'm not going to talk about that. And then there's the Jets and the Cardinals. The Cardinals can improve from this week. I guess they'll win next week too. The Jets, you ain't got no luck. You'll be 1-5. Shit for you. And once again, another shitty matchup for the Cardinals, but I'm going with the Cardinals. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.